Hello everybody, welcome to the Brandon Ivey Show. My name is Brandon Ivey and I'm here sitting in a park that I used to sit at all the time. I would come up here on my job, and when I was taking a break I would walk down here every day and either have lunch here or just sit here by myself and just think about, where I want to be in life, and the fact that I was on my job is not where I want to be. And this tip of the day is how to dream big, because I dreamed big 6 months ago. In fact, 6 months ago to this day, I was able to retire and walk off my job. So I came back down to this park because I could, whenever I wanted to. Not because I had to take a break, because during those times is when I used to dream big. And what I mean by that is, you need to know what it is that you want. We say, what is your why all the time? I'm going to give you a little exercise to help you to figure out what you want out of life. Now, here's the question I want you to answer to yourself. What would you do if money was no longer an issue in your life? That's right. What would you do if money was no longer an issue in your life? Not winning the lottery. Meaning that you now could do and buy and spend whatever you want. But I'm going to take it a step further from that. You've already purchased all your houses. You already purchased all your cars. You already got all the jewelry that you want. You already have traveled. You bought all the clothes. You paid off all your debt. You helped your family members go through college. 1 year later, you spent everything you could possibly think of. Monday morning rolls around just like today. Today is Monday, January 14th. You wake up and you don't have to go to work. You don't have to do anything. But you already spent all the money that you wanted to spend. And you have more money in the bank account than before you went on your spending spree. What would you do with your life? More important than that is, how does it make you feel? See, it feels freaking fantastic that I'm sitting here at a park because I feel like it. Then before, when I was working a job, it was my escape from my job. It feels great. Now I can do whatever I want to do when I want to do it, and use the God-given talents that I've been put on this earth to do without any restrictions. Because people say all the time, I wish I could do this, I wish I could do that. I just don't have the time. Because I got to work a job to pay my bills. People say all the time, well, how do I identify my why? Well, they say, well, maybe you need to think about what makes you get up on Monday morning. That's not good enough. Why is that not good enough? Because you've been conditioned to get up on Monday morning. Since you were a kid going through elementary school, you were taught to wake up on Monday morning, go to school, you have break for recess and lunch, then you go on to home, watch your afternoon cartoons, eat dinner, homework, watch Cosby Show. That's how it was when I was young. And then you go to bed. And you do that over and over and over again. Then when you graduate from college, does that routine change? No. You continue doing the same exact thing, only now you're doing it on your job and they took away your summer vacations. So you get up on Monday morning, you sit in rush hour traffic, go to a job that you don't like, to work with people you can't stand, to eat lunch at 12 when you're hungry at 11, right? To ask for permission to go to the bathroom as if you're a child. You do this for 40 years of your life to retire broke, dependent on family, government, and friends by the age of 65. And why do we do this? Because we're responsible. We have bills to pay. We have a family to take care of. And we don't know any better. We weren't taught any better. We work hard all our lives. But I learned one thing. The hardest working people in America are also the brokest. And they do this because they have to. So when you ask somebody, why do you get up on a Monday morning to go do all this? They look at you like you're stupid. What do you mean? Because I have to. That's what I'm supposed to do. So it's more based on habit than a real why. It's not motivation. It's that they don't know anything else. So that's not good enough. Then you ask somebody, well, what makes you cry? Whatever makes you cry is your why. No, that's not good enough either. 99% of people in America have something to cry about. They don't like their current situation. They're broke. Their family's broken. They have many things to cry about. Crying is just an emotional release. It's not a motivating enough for you to change. Because if crying made you change, then everybody would change their lives. It's like that old story of the farmer who had a house and a dog. And the kids walked past that farm and the dog moaned and cried and bitched every single day. And they asked him, why is that dog crying so much? He says, because he's laying on a nail. Why doesn't he get off the nail? Because it doesn't hurt bad enough. So yeah, we'll cry about our situation, but we still won't make a decision to change our situation. So that old saying, something that will make you cry is your why, is not good enough. We cry because we can't afford to get our kids through school. We cry because we can't afford to get that house. We cry because we can't afford that medical bill. That still doesn't make us make any change in our life so that we don't have to cry anymore. No, your why has to be something that's an emotional feeling of what it is that you want and desire. Most people don't even know what that is. So after you watch this video, this is your tip. What would you do if you had no restrictions on your life? You had all the money in the world, nobody to tell you you can't do something, all the resources you ever think of. What would you do with your time? And once you figure that out, here's the part that 99% of people don't do. How does it make you feel? You know what I used to do? When I would be on my break and I would take my walk, that's about a block and a half from here is where I used to work. It's 10:30 in the morning. And I would sit on the same bench. And I would think about all the things that I want. And one of the things was, I want to be able to come to this bench, not on my break, but whenever I felt like it. How would I feel? And I would imagine that, and I would think about that feeling. And I would think, once I open my eyes, I don't have to go back to my desk. I can go anywhere I want to go. How does that feel? And I would capture that feeling. And you know what? 6 months later, here I am sitting on the same freaking bench. And I'm about to get off this bench and not walk back to my job. I'm going to get in my car and go wherever I want to go. But that doesn't happen until you believe and can feel it happening beforehand. If I didn't do that beforehand, I wouldn't be here today. That's my why. I want that feeling. I want that emotion. So that's your tip of the day. Dream big. Again, this is the Brandon Ivey Show. So again, my name is Brandon Ivey, Regional Vice President with Vitel. Thank you for watching. Come back to you with another episode. I think I'll go to the gym now. God bless. Bye-bye.